Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. So I think I'm going to start a new journal, and I decided I would hop over to my vintage book stash and pick up Macaria by Augusta Evans Wilson. So maybe we'll tell the story of Macaria. So this book was apparently $3.99 when I bought it. Let's take a look at this book here. That's a pretty picture. Urging the horse into the thicket, Irene broke as many clusters as she could carry. This is from, I don't know. I have to look this up online. Let's see, Macaria. I'm having just some quiet time. It's been a very busy day. I mean, it's been a very busy week. I feel like I just keep saying that, but it's just been crazy. Augusta J. Evans Wilson. Let's see. Long out of print and largely unavailable until now. Macaria is a romance story set in the time of the American Civil War. Russell Aubrey had suffered as his father was charged with murder and hanged, something that left his mother quite shaken and ill. That family had to bear the humiliation of their subsequent financial lack. Now, years later, Russell tries to befriend the lovely Irene Huntington, but her father, once spurned by Russell's mother, wants to hear none of it. Instead, Huntington wants her to marry his cousin, of whom she has no regard. I guess that's what the story of Macaria is about. What is the publishing year of this book? 1864. Okay. So let me see if I can find this particular copy. Wow, a set of 6 books by this author is on Etsy for $447.85. That's crazy. I think I've seen other versions of this book, but not this one. Like it's been published as like a pansy series. I don't know if you can see on my phone here. It's been published as a pansy book. I can't find this one. Let's see. Is there any info here? Okay, so Macaria by Augusta J. Evans Wilson, and we will add the publisher. This is how I try to search out, like A.L. Burt Company. Okay. Oh, there it is. Here we go. Here's this copy. So it's $20 on eBooks. 1924. Blue cloth with red decorations. Yes, this is the one. 1924. Okay. So maybe what I'll do, just like, a Catherine Brown type situation here, we'll pencil it in so that we know. If I have a pencil. My daughter has been robbing me of all of my things lately. Oh, there's my hidden chocolate. She's gonna find it, I have to put this back in my special way that she can't see it back there. Although she totally said to me the other day, like, Mom, I know where you're hiding it about something, and it was like gummy bears or something. I can't remember. Haribo. Okay, so let's just grab this, and we'll just put right here, maybe 1924. There we go. Okay, so let's see what else is in this book that might be lovely to keep. So I can see that the signatures are beautifully sewn in. I may actually, while I'm open here and I see them, just give those a little nip. Okay, so today as I record this, it is my daughter's birthday, and we have had a lovely day. My in-laws are here. Our new dog Rex has been pretty good. I mean, he's been a little crazy at mealtime. He's a beagle, so he's very, very nose-driven, food-driven. And the folks who had him before us truly let him have a pretty rule-free life. So I've got a bit of work ahead of me, but he's worth it, I think. He's a lovely dog. Let's just nip these strings while we're here. That will help me later to take this book apart by signature. Assuming we find anything that we really want to keep. This is not tightly in place. There we go. Okay. Okay. So I think there's sort of like some poems. Definitely I'm seeing some poems in here, like little verses or things. We could try to see if some of those are nice, and we'll keep those in the book. All right. I'm actually quite excited to make a journal with this book. Mainly because I'm happy to be making something a little smaller. I've been making really big books lately. Sorry, I'm just taking this off in case you're wondering. I always keep this kind of thing. This old book kind of spine and book cloth. It's so good for collage. This one's particularly cool. So yeah, we'll keep that one. In my scrappy bin over there. This book is really wanting to be separated. So I don't even need to do like the knife down the spine thing, because it's actually less dangerous to the book itself when you don't have to do that. So let's pull this out. So grungy and fun. And then we'll just take away whatever else will come up here. So my daughter's upstairs playing. She got a few new little Nintendo Switch video games. She's very into like a few video games right now, and I'm kind of letting her follow her heart there, because I like to play video games when I was little too. Not as young as her, but I think it's sort of a, it's like a generations thing. Kids are a lot more technological than when I was little. And that's nothing to fear. She's also a super outdoors kid too. All right, we need to get up any of this stuff that we can get up here. Let's take all this dusty bits off. This isn't the fun part really of making journals, but it is a part. You don't have to like scrape up every last bit or anything. I just like to get kind of the excess off. Just take a wooden ruler. Just kind of see what else wants to come up. I do this kind of gentle wooden ruler approach just because like it's not too rough on the book. All right, well, let's dump that off. Let's blow the dust away there. It's probably a good thing to wear a mask when you do this kind of work. Then I'm just going to take a little bit of masking tape here. This is like a low to medium tack masking tape. And just wrap it around my fingers here, just to create a little mask to pick up this stuff. This will just kind of give it a bit of a neater finish. Just what you're left with will just be kind of this dusty stuff, and then you can just shake it right off. Okay, now we'll take a look at the front. So these are nice and strong. I don't see any real issues there. So that looks quite clean to me. I think I may just pop under here and grab this bit that's under there. I'll check under here too. Grab any little bits that are hanging out in there too. Okay, quite clean. Now, do I have a piece of, I do. Here we are. Okay. Cheesecloth. So we're going to use cheesecloth to just give this a nice strengthening, you know, to just make this a little more strong. And what I do is I go just to the top of where the internal lining of the book will be on both ends, roughly, possibly slightly shorter. So I will just cut this excess here. I will keep it. Then typically I like to just use, you can use glue stick for this, to be completely honest, you really can. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use art glitter glue, I think, or maybe not. I think I'll use maybe Fabri-Tac. Yeah, we'll go Fabri-Tac, just because it doesn't really matter. As long as you've got a good glue that adheres this cheesecloth, you're fine. But Fabri-Tac is probably the most practical because it is designed to hold fabric. It's a textile glue, so it's like fabric to paper and fabric to fabric. And there's no need to go really crazy with the amount of glue you use. Just enough to kind of, you know, attach it. Okay. And I haven't decided what I'm going to put in this book, what kind of theme, or if I just want it to kind of be a commonplace book. Okay. Now this is where I don't want to get my fingers all yucky, so I'm going to use this little spatula thing from the Dollar Tree. I think it's like a makeup spatula. That sounded weird, makeup spatula. Just gonna spatula my makeup on, I'll be right back. Oh my gosh. That's not what it's called, I'm sure of it. But you can find these at the Dollar Tree. And mine, I rarely, if ever, clean it because I'm terrible. But this peels right off. Okay. Then what I do is I just let it kind of dry for a moment. And then I just take a wooden ruler and press it nicely in those little crevices. Okay, so that is nice and clean. So now over here, you know, this has been strengthened up, and I will seal this cover. I will probably spray seal it because I don't want brush strokes definitely on the picture, but I'll definitely seal the book because I want it to maintain its beautiful color. That being said, I may also clean it just a little bit. I think I see a little bit that I'd like to just tidy up a little. Just grabbing baby wipes. So I'm using Pampers Sensitive because that's what I use with my son. I use like stuff that's not scented or anything. Or I use the dry wipes that you actually use with water. But so you just got to be a little careful, because quite quickly you will find that the blue or whatever color your book is will come up if you're you know, going too long. So that's not quite blue yet. It's just a bit of the dirt. But see, here's some blue coming up. So just be a little careful, you know. Don't get too obsessed with cleaning your book. I usually just kind of do a once over, gentle. I may just go a little over the picture too, in case there's anything that, you know, is good and easy to remove. And then the spine is usually the dirtiest part of a book, and I'm just going to go over it a little bit to just get any dirt up off of it, as well as the corners. I'll just try to grab a little bit of that off there. Okay. All right, now this needs to dry, so I will set it aside and just let this dry, as well as the inside where I've done the gluing, just kind of do some drying. So I'm now just kind of looking at this going like, what do I want to do with it? Maybe it would be really nice to tell this story of a girl named Macaria. We will change up the whole story. So I'll set that aside, and then let's take a look at what we would want to keep out of the book itself, maybe. Oops, we have a little eyelet there. So, what's this? This is from the back, popular copyright books at moderate prices. I don't think I need that. I usually take these fly pages off and I use them for backing things. Then we will pull away at whatever we have hanging out here and start to kind of dismantle the book a little bit. So starting with the front, I can pull that signature off. I'm hoping I can save this. Yes, I can. Perfect. So this is one that I will put in the book, probably toward the front, because it's quite nice. Then, oh look, we have another picture. How nice. Beautiful pictures, actually. Now, is this attached to, yes it is. Okay, it's attached to this page. See if we can get the other side off. Or is it like a fly page that's been glued on? Yeah, it is actually. It doesn't have an actual connection. It's a different kind of paper. It's actually a more shiny paper, but I will keep it. It says, he turned around and said hastily, Electra, go to bed. I told you good night 3 hours ago. Her name is Electra. How cool. Sometimes I think, I want to read this book, but like, you know, for something like that, for some reason, like a cool name, but it's almost never as good as I'd hoped. Oh, pusillanimous heart, be comforted, and like a cheerful traveler, take the road, singing beside the hedge. Oh, and how did I scratch myself? I need lotion. Holy moly, my skin is dry. Eesh. Okay. What do we want to do with this, maybe? I like that poem. That's kind of cool. And I think I might want to keep like a few pages of this book. Oh my God, O supreme artist, who as sole return for all the cosmic wonder of thy work. Okay, so this is a little, this is from the back again. Let me just make sure there's nothing cool in here. That's a cool poem, actually. I'll keep that too. But not as a page in the book. So I'll just set it over here. All right, these go This is, again, still from the end of the book. Let me just go through it quickly and see if there's anything worthwhile. Typically in the first and last chapters is where you find kind of interesting, cool stuff. Sometimes throughout a whole book. I don't need that one. No. Okay. All right, now let's just do a quick kind of flip through, maybe. First to see if there's any pictures. Oh, there's one. Now, is it attached? So I think we have to try to get these signatures apart and go one by one. Let's start from the front, maybe. Who's in the mood for a boring video? No, hopefully it's not too boring. This is part of the process. I promise you. We all do this kind of thing when we make books out of cool journals. We have to kind of decide how we're going to use our book. Nothing interesting in this chapter. We can say goodbye to that one. There are so many signatures in this. They're so tiny. Let's see if I could take two out at once. Maybe it's usually easier for me. Okay. I like these poems. I don't know if I'll keep the whole signature though. I don't know. Let's see, or the whole page. Might just keep some of the poems. Keep that one. It's got a couple nice poems on it. And it's interesting to include a couple of them. Okay, we can get rid of this. What are we set on earth for? Say to toil, nor seek to leave thy tending of the vines. For all the heat of the day till it declines, and death's mild curfew shall from work assoil. God did anoint thee with his odorous oil to wrestle, not to reign, so others shall take patience, labor to the heart and hand from thy hand, blah, blah, blah. No, thank you. Too long and weird. Yada, yada, yada. Fresh as the first beam glittering on a sail that brings our friends up from the underworld, sad as the last which reddens over one that sinks with all we love below the verge. So sad, so fresh the days that are no more. There's so much about death, like, oh my goodness, in old books. There's just so much bleakness. Whoopsie, I ripped that one. So let me just look for pictures real quick here. No. I need to pull these out. Okay. Alrighty. Let's try to take 3 signatures here. Okay. So I'm thinking I want to put some nice blues in this book because it's a beautiful blue. So some nice blue pages. I actually need to dye paper. I am running low on dyed paper. I dye some nice cabbage dyed paper. I think I have a half of a red cabbage in the refrigerator waiting to become dye. don't know if you can hear the new dog, but he's like whining right now. He has a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit of separation anxiety, but we're gonna be fixing that. He starts training soon. I've been down that road before. It's the worst, but it's not irreparable. We will fix him up. What's that one? And autumn laying here and there, a fiery finger on the leaves. Life struck sharp on death makes awful lightning. Here's a picture. Okay. Oh, but it's Hugh, my cousin, my playmate. That's kind of weird. So I guess there's the death in this chapter. I'm going to pass on that one, though. That's a pretty poem. I'll pull that out. Early morning when the air was delicate with some last starry touch. It's not really a poem though, is it? It's just kind of a verse. Yeah, you know, maybe I'll keep it as a word snippet. It's like I keep seeing these verses, these like, and then I'm like, are these nice? Right, let's pull this one out. Okay, so I think that's it. That's how we're gonna do. All right, let's get rid of this icky mess. All right. So what did we save? We saved a few bits and bobs. I think I decided I will take like 2, just so the book plate maybe. I've got the book plate here. It's beautiful, and 1 page of Macaria. Yeah. Was it just the one, or was there this one too? 2 pages of Macaria. Okay. Yeah, 2. Let's just call it at that. I think that's fine. We don't need a ton of that book in there because I'm going to leave those pages, like I'm not going to cover them with pockets and stuff. I want to leave them kind of as an ode to that book. So that will be some of our signatures. Now what we can do is we'll set these aside here too, because they're going to be like for ephemera making. I'm going to clean this off again. So what I'll do now is I will do some measuring here and decide what we want to do in terms of signatures. I don't want to make this book enormous. I want to like keep it, you know, reasonable. So I think I will do this book as probably 4 signatures. Yeah, we'll do 4, I think. We'll do 5, but not massive. Okay. So what size can our pages be? This book is, okay, about 4 3/4. So I'm going to say 4.5 by 7.5. So we can do 4.5 by 7.5. And these are our current signatures. So let me just make a quick little note. Macaria, 4.5 by 7.5, 5 signatures, not too big. Okay. What do I want to do now? What would be sensible? I guess I could try to pick some papers. Yeah, you know what though? That might be kind of boring for you. Well, that is a video, I think. That's a little video for now. I mean, I could make something with these, potentially. I have nothing prepared though, so I think we're good for now. That is my time for now, I think. So I will be back. I'll do some more videos about Macaria. I think I'm going to work on trying to find maybe a vintage photo or two that I can oh, you've been a little cockeyed this whole time, I'm sorry. I'm going to find a vintage photo that I could probably use to sort of tell a little more of her story, and I will probably look for what I have in terms of blue toned papers, because I think we've got roses here in her hat, and this is blue and red, so I think blue and rose will be quite pretty with this. And I think I have some quite perfect papers. I'm going to do some hunting through my digitals and probably choose a kit to kind of accent these colors, and then start looking through some vintage things and yeah, get working on this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, so I hope you'll hang out with me while we make this book, and I will talk to you all very soon. Have a great day. Bye for now.